We're back, everybody.
We're back and we're on a mission.
Man on a mission.
A man and a woman.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, forgot.
For some seed.
I feel like the woman's on that mission.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a new era though. Men and women on the mission for seed. Just only one can actually do it.
Yeah, you know, I guess it is 2017. Everybody gets some seed.
Your truck is so much faster than my tractor.
Yeah. Which way did we go?
To the right. You haven't been to the store?
I have, but I just hadn't looked at the map to know where it's at. Like, but just by the top of my head.
Honk. Gonna be that asshole driver. No.
Yeah.
Have you ever been that guy? Have you ever been in traffic and been that guy who tried to block somebody else out?
So, okay, I have been that guy. If on the interstate, if you get into the fucking the lane that is not a lane, the what is it called on the right side of the road?
The shoulder, the median. Oh my god,
Yeah,
this guy just ran into me. Did you see that? Did you have a dash cam? I want to file
Call
an
the
insurance
fucking
claim
insurance
against
company.
this guy.
Yeah, like whenever there's like bumper traffic on the interstate, and somebody thinks they're gonna get over on the fucking whatever it is on the median,
I'm being that
and
asshole with this guy right now.
and try to pass everyone and then get back into traffic. Fuck that person. Like that person, I will try to stay right on the bumper of the person in front of me and make sure they cannot get back into traffic.
So basically, fuck my wife.
She does that. It's so illegal.
Oh, geez. She might not do that per se. It's more of the. I'm a courteous driver because I want courtesy in return when I drive. And if somebody is going in a lane that's closing because there's like an accident or something up there, and they try to merge back in, and it's one of those obvious, you can tell, like they didn't know this lane was closed for whatever reason, I will let that person in all day long.
I'm the same, but if they know, like for instance, there's a spot in town where if you stop at the stoplight, it tells you that your lane is about to end, and the only reason you should be in this lane is if you're turning into the gas station that's right across from where the stoplight is. But people will get at that fucking stoplight and they'll try to blast themselves forward to get in front of you before the lane ends. And fuck those people. Those people don't deserve access to the lane. They should have been in the left-hand lane to begin with.
So I completely agree with you in everything that you say, and I don't know. I will make sure that people who obviously are doing something that they know that they were just trying to get ahead and they need to, ruin somebody else's day because they want to get ahead of you, I will make sure that they do not get in the lane as well. However, I also am courteous enough when a lane is closing. God damn it, I don't know how to.
Do you need me to do that?
Yeah, baby.
You seem really bad at it.
What's happening here?
Here,
you do it. You do it.
It's like you know what it is?
I got the.
You know what I bet it is? I bet you got inverse fucking mouse on.
I do. I don't. Think I don't think that would affect that. I'm watching. I'm watching from the side to see if you can do this. You tipped it. You tipped it. God damn it. Here, let me move the truck into a better spot. We're trying to load the seat in the truck, see if it even lets us do that.
Okay, you're just gonna move around. Yeah,
I was gonna say I was gonna move around to wherever would be easier for for you. Hold on. Can you?
Like I used to leap out.
Well, I figured it'd be easier over here as opposed to like getting in the way.
Yeah. Just the way you leapt out, it's like you were suddenly like in the fucking cab.
I need to stop. Lower it down. Lower it down. But so when you come up to a lane that's closing, it's all about like the zipper effect type of deal. You know, guy on the left, guy on the right, guy on the left, guy on the right type of thing. And oh, so that's good. I don't think we can get any more in here though.
Yeah, that doesn't really help, does it? I guess.
Can we? If
we
you
might
put one
get one
somewhere
more
up here, maybe we can strap him down. Can I lower the hatch? There's no lower hatch button. Oh, I can fasten all the straps from within the truck. That's good to know. But yeah, so, you know, I'll let people in those situations, but she is terrible about flying around people in lanes that she knows is going to close and then getting pissed off when somebody doesn't let her in at the end.
Oh, man.
And,
yeah, I hate your wife's driving style.
And then she will do one of those things where if somebody else tries to do the same thing, and not even the same thing, if they obviously, you can tell by like the look on their face and the way they're driving, that they didn't know that this lane was ending, she will purposely not allow them in the lane. And I'm just like,
so she hates herself, basically.
Well, she's also a biker, as in like, you know, pedal bicycle, which are very popular in DC, and she gets pissed off at bikers who don't obey the traffic law or traffic signs, but then blows through traffic signs as a biker anyways and expects cars to just stop. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna try to fasten.
See if you could drive with that.
Oh, I just fastened.
Oh shit! It fucking did! That's fantastic! It looks wild as hell. We're like those people that you see moving down the street that just, so can we put more on there? Can I stack a third? Oh god, Jeff!
Don't worry, Guude. We got this.
Okay, hold on. I'll save you.
Can you tip me back?
That's what we'll try.
Oh, this is great. Look at me. I'm still in the driver's seat. I'm like, come on, why did that guy not let me in that lane? Oh, I'm up. Okay, now if I just don't turn, can I drive straight? Okay, if I drive straight, it's fine.
Can you take turns real slow? Like,
let's find out. Maybe it's a long straightaway to the house if I can get out of the main road.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good. Making traffic stop, but now I'm on the straightaway. We'll at least get most of the way there.
All right, now I might have to tip you back over. I'm gonna grab one more of these.
Now the question is, can you stack one on top of the other?
Probably. Can I do it? I don't know, but I bet you can. I'll try it.
I'm sadly driving faster than this guy in front of me, which is strange. Yes, so you used to work in the IT business we've talked about before. The other day, I had to send a request in for a group of people to get access to the network at my facility. And I sent it to the people that needed the approval. And one of the guys on the approval list is the person who's going to actually do it in the end. And him and I, oh, goddamn, I tipped over. I'm down.
Damn it.
I'm down.
Man down.
Man down. While I'm waiting for you, he left me a snarky email back. And he was just joking around because him and I have a funny rapport. And he goes, oh, it'd have been nice if you put this in an Excel file for me. Because I literally just copy and pasted these names into an email. And names and like their email addresses and this and that into an email. I said, okay, no problem. I'll take care of that for you. And about 5 minutes later, I sent him an email file. And I said, here you go. Good luck. It had the Excel attachment. I put every single individual letter in a different cell within the Excel file.
Oh, that's funny.
Little did he know, I put what he wanted in sheet 2, but he never looked at sheet 2. He just wrote back and said smartass, and I was like, hey, it was only 10 names. You can deal with that. It was more worth my time to like have a little bit of fun here. Dude, I put out the flares. I'm waiting for you.
You have flares?
No. But I said I did. Amazingly, the pallets are still intact.
I stacked these, and it's real special.
Oh, I don't even think I can tab over to you to see what's going on over there. I really want to, though.
Oh
No,
no!
I can't tab over to you because you're in that vehicle.
It fell off. They don't really stay together. I'm coming towards you with one of them.
You'll see me. I'm on the turn to the house. I didn't make the turn. Don't mind me. Trying to move along here.
I like how you just flew over right to begin with.
Come on. I'm trying to use my weight on the truck, but apparently been on a good diet. I'm not,
I actually know where the turn is to our house.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll see it.
There's just a truck there.
I marked it for you very nicely. I'm afraid if I reset this thing, I don't know if what it'll do to the seed. If the seed will be like here, or if it will just disappear.
Yeah, I wouldn't reset it. I'm almost there, or I assume I'm almost there. I see you.
Hey, Guude, the turn. It's right here.
Shit. There's a pole there.
Yep, I saw that. Here. You just turn just the right way.
Damn it.
Spin your body around. Should smack the front of the truck. Oh, almost.
I think I'm better off. I just go in front and
just ramming it. There we go. Now can I slowly this turn?
You like somebody to learn how to use a stick shift.
I do think it's funny that in about 10 years, oh man, we're not going to have anybody who knows how to drive stick shifts anymore.
You think so?
I mean, how many manuals exist anymore?
I mean, in Europe, they're still pretty common, aren't they?
Okay, so I'm talking in America. So yes, in Europe they might be common, but
I mean, I'll admit I switched to an automatic when I bought my GSR. Actually, when I bought my Black Beetle, I switched to an automatic.
I would also posit to say that you're shoot. You're one of the few Americans who probably drives a stick on the regular, because the last time I drove a stick was probably 5 years ago at least, and I don't think anybody, excuse me, I don't think a majority of the people born in the 90s even know how to drive a stick.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, what are the common stick shift cars? Race cars? Rally cars?
I thought, you know, I'd like to actually look up the percentage now that you said that to see what the actual percentage is of manuals that are bought per year.
Well, it's if you try to buy a stick shift car that's not like, you know, maybe the the cars that you're into, like the Beetles and stuff are. Can you ram that thing over?
Well, no, I know. I said my Beetle isn't automatic. Like, I switched to an automatic.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Don't do it. Let's unfasten it first and then do it, because that might be the way to get these things out of here.
Yeah, I think it'd probably just flip over when you unfasten it.
Unfasten. Hey, look at that.
There you go. It's by design, really.
But so your Beetle now is an automatic. But
yeah.
What about, like, you know, the last one that you had?
Oh yeah, like my 99 was. But no, I switched to an automatic when actually I got the black one. So like I don't even know what year that one was anymore. I can't remember. 2010, 2011, whatever that car was an automatic too.
See,
I'm almost positive.
I had a manual Pontiac Sunfire that I got used, which I think was not the normal version of the Sunfire. And I had a manual Jeep Wrangler, which I do think Jeeps are still relatively common to be in a manual version. Other than that, though, everybody I know who's bought a stick shift, they didn't have them on the lot. They had to special order them because nobody, like, puts them out there on the lot anymore, because that's not what the standard is that people want.
Jesus, this thing holds a lot of seed.
Well, that's good, right? Because we kept running out.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I I think it holds like 3 pallets worth of seed.
3
Don't put that shit in there.
pallets? You don't want it in there?
God, it's so hard to get in there, man. This
Here,
fucking thing.
Use it at the door.
Yeah.
Actually, should we... I don't want to block something that we could potentially use for storage if we just set it out... Oh, God. I just lost this. Let's say we can set it outside somewhere and...
Alright, so... Is it still...
You know, this
soybean.
might be the inverse mouse that is really screwing me up with this, because the controls feel completely backwards for this particular thing. I wonder if it is the inverse mouse.
I'm pretty sure you should have ran into a problem with the inverse mouse a long time ago.
No, for the most part.
I feel like everything is backwards.
You do realize it's only the y-axis that you invert. And
yeah, I know.
I think in most games they do it just for the view, because it's like standard on. Like, think of flying an airplane. I mean, how many times you've flown an airplane? But you pull back on the throttle to go up in the air. That's like standard airplane type controls.
I know. But you know, even when I played Top Gun, I would always change it, or up is up.
So you would inverse mouse?
Yeah. Reverse the inverse.
But you know why you were
reverse.
reversing it in the first place is because it was normal for that thing, so it can't be that abnormal for me to be using the abnormal all the time. Wait, what? I don't know how I'm saying that. I really don't think it's that weird, despite what all the comments said.
Yeah, everyone agrees with me.
Not everyone. But I'm like in the 1%, man. Isn't that a good thing nowadays? Don't they say it's like the 1%'s like the cool people?
I think the people hate the 1%, don't they?
No. The 1% are what everybody strives to be. Despite how much they claim they hate them, everybody wants to be the 1%. Can you tell me that you really don't want to be the 1%?
Oh no, I totally be. But you know, I read an article the other day about how hard it is to be the 1% and how expensive
it sounds
it is to live.
so terrible to be the 1%.
It's like,
and it sounds it sounds so expensive to be the rich person.
Yeah, it's like, man,
so
the amount you have to spend on a chef and housekeeping and all this. Like, look at these expenses. It's like, well, that sounds so bad. Poor guy.
So terrible. Have you ever seen the movie The Replacements?
The Replacements? No,
yeah,
what is that?
It was a movie about like NFL football players going on strike. A complete fiction movie. It wasn't like real at all. Like Keanu Reeves in it and everything. Like, so definitely fake. But
Keanu Reeves did it, so you know, basically the Matrix.
It was about replacement football players, and at the beginning when it was talking about them going on strike, they had like a bunch of reporters, asking them like, so in the NFL you make like millions of dollars. So what are you going on strike for? And then the one guy just grabs the microphone and he goes, "Bitch, you know how much insurance costs on a Ferrari?" I mean, that's what it feels like to be, the people who complain about being the 1%. It's like, yes, it is expensive to live when you're living at those means, but there's so much more room to drop down with your means of living, and that's where I think that argument breaks down, is because, the average poor person has learned to live at a much lower means, hopefully livable means, as opposed to the ones who are, literally can't go any farther because it's like complete poverty.
Right.
But most people have a way to step down if they have to.
I don't feel like if I had $1 billion, I would live much differently than I live right now.
Well, and I think that's what everybody who doesn't have $1 billion says. And I say the same thing. I'm not saying anything against you. But if I were to ever become a millionaire, I can't imagine why I would live any different than I currently do. But at the same time, once I get $1 million, I'd probably start buying some extravagant things that I'd owe money on.
Maybe.
I just think it would
happen a tiny house?
Naturally. Yes, my tiny house would be $1 million tiny house. Because that would be completely the purpose of the tiny house, to be the most expensive tiny house that ever existed. God, I wonder what the most expensive tiny house is now. Now, oh my God, now it saddens me because there'll probably be like a millionaire tiny house show coming out. I'd probably watch it. That would be terrible. Those tiny house shows are so terrible, and I still watch them. Well, I'm loading all of our seed and fertilizer. Whoops. I accidentally hit the wrong button and jumped on top of my tractor.
So I feel like if we had a faster way to cultivate, we'd be moving pretty fast now because our fertilizer's pretty fast. Our planter is hella fast now. Like, this is fantastic.
Our cultivator is like our bottleneck.
Well, and just the speed at which things grow, which actually we should be. Whoops, that was a horn. Be moving a little bit faster than we are. No reason to be sitting around at one speed anymore.
Can you imagine playing this game at one speed?
All the time?
All the time. Like, have you ever played Flight Sim?
Flight Sim?
Like Flight Simulator?
I don't think so, no. You actually fly the planes?
Right. Right. So,
no, I haven't.
I used to read a bunch of forums about Flight Simulator because once upon a time I actually thought it'd be really cool to be a pilot, and I was like, maybe I'll go to be a pilot, take piloting classes and blah 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 blah. But then I realized how expensive they are, and that's probably something I would do if I was a millionaire. Actually, I'd probably do something like that because it'd be cool and I could afford it, and then I'd be outside of my means. But there was people on these forums that used to talk about taking these trips from LA to Tokyo, and how for realism they'd have the thing going and they'd get like a pot of coffee and a meal next to them because they couldn't play it in anything more than normal speed because then it felt like the experience was not appropriate to them. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong with you people. But
yeah, that's pretty crazy. Those people, are they crazy, man? But I mean, I guess it's kind of fun though, right?
I mean, for people who are into that, sure. And that's the thing, there really is something for everybody out there. And even in the gaming industry, there's something for everyone out there.
I would like to play the train model simulator, but I refuse to pay the amount of money that it requires.
Train model simulator?
I think it's just called Train Simulator. But it's like
I own one of the train simulators. Like the 2013 version costs like $1.50 or something like that.
Is it the one that has $16,000 in DLC?
I have no idea. Maybe. I've never really actually played it. I bought it for $1 something because it was on sale, and I was like, "Sweet, I'll play this game all the time," and I never touched it.
Well, there's a model train simulator on Steam that has, it's just like real life model trains where you want to buy a tree, we got a tree for you, we can sell you a tree. You want to buy a little boy that stands beside the thing, we can say little boy.
Oh, so no, this is definitely not model train simulator that I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, this is like just like making a model train set at home, and anytime you want to add something to it, you have to buy it.
And they want how much money for it?
The same as like if you buying it in real life. Like if you went to the model train store in real life and bought a little tree, that's the same cost it would cost online to buy the tree model.
Oh, you're not okay. So you're saying that it's not in the game that you buy this thing. You physically pay real money to.
Yeah, it's DLC.
Oh.
Like you could basically do it in real life, but you'd have to have a space for it. As I say that, I kind of want to turn my office into a big model train set now. I've always wanted to have a model train set. Like, there's two things as a child that I always wanted, and I was convinced I was going to do it once I got older, and I'm going to do it now. One of them is Hamster City, and the other was model trains. And I always wanted them to kind of come together eventually.
So, I also thought I wanted a model train set when I was a child, when I was probably like 10. And for
my question, to interrupt you real quick,
yes.
Was it Beetlejuice that did it to you?
No.
Okay, that's where mine came from.
No, definitely not. Beetlejuice. I guess I can, now that I'm thinking of Beetlejuice the movie, I'm thinking of the whole model city that dude had.
Yeah. It had a train.
But no, that was not it at all. I don't even know what it was that did it to me. And my dad bought me a train set for that Christmas, and I played with it once. Once, like, ever. And I was extremely bored after I put it together.
See, I feel like it's kind of like the people that play like Warhammer and those type of games, where they they really get into just the painting of the figures and designing the stuff, like that sort of thing. It's like that. It's like therapeutic, basically. Like sit around and I'm gonna paint my tree.
And
my
I can imagine that, but as I've grown up, I've seen so many. Maybe it's because like internet memes or something, I don't know, TV shows that basically make fun of the person who does the model train simulation as a recluse who has no friends.
Well, that's me already. So I'm already there.
But you don't, but even online, if you don't have any friends and physically, you got people like, I'm playing with you online right now because we're friends, and you don't make a model train. And
you say we couldn't be friends if I made a model train?
I'm saying that I wouldn't Skype in with you and talk to you about model trains while you're
oh, well, no, that would be just for me.
But then that would make you that recluse guy. Why can't I figure out how to... Is Field 15 harvested to you? Or harvestable to you?
Yeah. Yeah, where you're walking right now looks harvestable to me.
Yeah, I can't get this thing to harvest it.
Are you down or is it on?
Well, it's on, but I don't see the option to lower it. So I'm wondering if I'm... Hold on. X-fold combine. Wait, do I have to do that? Do I have to fold it and then turn it on? No, I can't even turn it on anymore. I have to unfold it to be able to turn it on.
You can use your mouse button to lower it. It's just like the other thing you can't use.
How would I know? How would I have known that? Like, what is there something that's higher off the ground that I need to harvest?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I guess the first time I did it, it told me maybe, and that's why I knew. I don't know why I knew.
That's really weird. But yeah, like I wouldn't like Skype in with you to be like, hey, look at the train that I'm putting together, you know?
Oh no, yeah, no. This would just be like, I wouldn't show anyone my train set. This would just be the thing that I did to, you know.
And I definitely believe that everybody can have legit hobbies that they do on their own time. Like I have nothing against things like that. So anybody who has a model train set out there, hey, more power to you. Like it's cool. It's not my wheelhouse for sure. It's not even that I have to. I guess now that I say that, I'm trying to think like how to explain that. It's not that I'm needing to show off anything I do to other people. So I guess there's many things that I do on my own that I don't.
Yeah, like your beer thing. Well, I guess you eventually were gonna.
I do. I do put that out there online now for people to watch. The 2 videos that I have out there so far on beer making. But you know, I was doing that before that and enjoying it. But I also got something.
You got to drink it.
Yes, at the end I got to drink it. Like it was delicious. But I got to share that with my friends and all. And I'm trying to think like. Probably a lot of people don't. I guess if you were in like model train competitions or something like that, it'd be.
Is there a competition?
I'm sure there is. There's competitions for everything.
Everything.
I mean, you could find. What was the? I watched a lot of World's Dumbest Criminals, or World's Dumbest. I guess it's not just criminals. It's World's Dumbest, and they have like whole ones on competitions. So there's competitions and a lot of people partake in that. I would ever think like the cheese rolling down the hill. Chasing after a competition.
That's a pretty crazy one, yeah.
You know, so there's things like that everybody's doing. There was one of all those people on stage trying to do the best impersonation of their favorite comic book characters. You know, those are things that I would never be into, and those people's whole sole reason for being in that competition is probably because they sit at home and read comic books, and it's just for them. It's not that they share their comic book passion on a lot of other levels with other people, but that's just a competition they can, you know, partake in because of their personal thing. So I guess the model train thing would be the exact same. So,
Okay, well, let's move past Model Train. What about Hamster City?
you really want to talk about Hamster City? So, I'm trying to think, what was Hamster City in? Or what movie or TV show had a huge hamster?
Was there one?
Yes, there definitely was. Of, like, the hamster little, like, tubes and stuff going room to room in somebody's house. Like,
I've never seen that. Oh, that's really cool.
I don't remember what it was in at all, but I remember seeing something on this.
Huh. See, I did not know that anyone ever done this. I just always had hamsters growing up, and I always wanted to make it, like, bigger and badder, and, like, I mean, I always tried to expand just their little shit inside my own room, and I always thought, man, one day, fucking Hamster City.
So what's stopping you from doing Hamster City now?
Well, nothing now, I don't guess.
So why not?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I need to.
Well, I mean, why
start
not
living my life?
model trains? Why have you not bought a model train set yet?
I don't know. I mean, before now, I think it was because I was married, but now I don't know anymore. I ain't got nobody else to please but myself. So why am I not doing it?
Isn't it something like both of these things? Don't you think your daughter would enjoy anyway?
Well, sure, she probably would. She better back off my Hamster City, though.
So now it's territorial. it's she might enjoy it too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I see no reason why you can't do Hamster City. I would definitely go Hamster City over train, because when I was younger, I didn't have a practical side because I was just a kid. Now that I'm thinking about Hamster City, I'm a little bit worried about the upkeep and cleanup. How many?
Because I remember cleaning.
How many hamsters do you want living in Hamster City?
Not that many, really. Like one or two. But the thing is, it's still a lot to clean. Because I remember having to clean all the tubes for just hamster and room, and that took a little bit of time. And so now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like this is one of those things where you need to be rich, so you have the maid that cleans Hamster City.
Well, can't you just get a hamster maid?
Hamster maid? How much do you have to pay Hamster maid, I wonder?
I don't know. You gotta look at the hamster Craigslist. See how much they're charging.
Hamster Craigslist?
Yes.
I don't know. They seem kind of... I feel like you only get a shady maid on Craigslist.
I mean...
Can you get maids off Craigslist?
You can get topless maids on Craigslist.
You know what? I feel like if you get a topless maid on Craigslist, I don't think they're there to clean, except maybe your knob.
Well, I mean...
I think they're basically a prostitute that doesn't want to say that, right?
I would definitely agree with you that would be the way to advertise if you were trying to advertise without getting your post flagged on Craigslist as a prostitute, would be to be a topless cleaning service. But topless cleaning services do exist. I've never actually utilized one, so I can't guarantee that they're not all prostitution based.
Yeah, that's one of those weird things. It's like the guy that got it in his head that every massage place is going to come up with a happy ending.
Right.
And like, you don't want to be the offensive guy that's like, all right, topless maid, what's up?
Right.
Where's the blowjob? And then be like, oh, I can't believe.
And then you're blacklisted from the topless.
Right. You're on the list.
And you're just like, but I really need my house cleaned this time, I swear, and I just don't want people's clothes getting in the way of them cleaning. The weirdest topless thing I ever heard about was there was a topless coffee shop that opened up. I'm sure there's been many of them, but I remember when I was living in Michigan, there was one in Clarkston, and it got a lot of controversy, and I was always so intrigued, not because of, like, whatever, I can go to a strip club if I really want to go, like, oogle over topless people. Why a coffee shop? Why are you going to make the place that you're dealing with like this hot liquid with bare skin? Like, that's the thing I kept thinking to myself, and I'm like, but what? Can't you be like a topless ice cream parlor? Like, wouldn't that
It'd be too cold. Although, I guess then you got the hard nipples, right?
Yes. Wouldn't that make so much more sense? And what if you dripped ice cream on you? You're not hurting anybody. You're just making people more happy, I guess, and probably getting more tips.
Yeah.
Topless coffee shop.
I feel like that's basically the strip club for the hipsters. Is what you just described to me.
Is the topless coffee shop?
Yeah. They were like, oh man, you know what? Hipsters are too cool to go inside of strip clubs. We need a place for them.
I have to. What is your definition of a hipster?
Seattle.
Okay, I mean, I'm with you there. But so the reason I ask is I was listening to a comedian. I have a definition of what I think is a hipster in my head. And I was listening to a comedian, because I have like Sirius satellite radio, and the only thing I listen to on there is the comedy channels. I love stand-up comedy. And there was this comedian talking about hipsters, and his whole act was about hipsters. And I was like, okay, this is going to be funny. Anybody can make fun of hipsters. This is going to be good. He started out with talking about how once upon a time, hipsters used to complain about people with baggy jeans, and now all they do is complain about people with skinny jeans. Like, can't they just make up their mind? And I was like, wait,
I thought the hipsters were the ones wearing the skinny jeans.
That's what okay, so you and I are on the same page. And I was like, is my definition of hipster wrong? Am I thinking opposite of hipster? Or is this comedian not understand what a hipster is?
Yeah, I don't think he does. Because yeah, I think hipster, but well, basically anyone in Seattle, but like, yeah, they're definitely wearing skinny jeans.
They're basically, I guess, people who want to do something that's non-mainstream, and then it becomes mainstream in their little underground hipster cult.
Yep.
Okay.
So I have some bad news.
What?
I have not been planting soybean. Somehow or another, my shit got switched.
Probably when we were trying to get it filled up, we probably switched it to something else. Are you planting wheat?
I'm planting fucking, it looks like bush grass.
Nah, whatever. Something new. Something different. I don't even know what am I harvesting. I'm harvesting soybeans.
Yeah.
Mary's no longer selling, giving us money for. She's not taking her top off her soybeans anymore.
Well, we're out of time, so I hope everyone enjoyed, and we'll see you guys for some topless farming.
For some topless hamstered city.
Bye, everyone.